Hi, I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories coming up on today's show.
Shortly before noon, students at the Swift Current Comp High School were temporarily evacuated from the building after the reported odor of rotten eggs or natural gas. The hazards of carbon monoxide continue to be in the spotlight following the recent death of a great couple in their home. $100,000 in cash, preseason NHL game, and a visit from the CBC is the top prize in the Craft Hockeyville contest.
Thanks for joining us here today. The scent of natural gas at SaskEnergy Crews busy on Monday, attending to several calls in Swift Current neighborhoods.
The odor of natural gas was a cause for concern for several facilities in Swift Current on Monday. Shortly before noon, students at the Swift Current Comp High School were temporarily evacuated from the building after the reported odor of rotten eggs or natural gas. According to SaskEnergy, their office received several calls from businesses in the same area, including the Days Inn. And upon investigation, they came to this conclusion.
Now, what the source of that smell was, SaskEnergy determined that a small amount of odorant was released during maintenance work at the nearby town border station yesterday. So the natural gas itself that was released went up into the atmosphere, but what happened was the odorant was carried by the wind, and it did what it is supposed to do. It stays closer to the ground and alerts people of potential problems. So the odorant smell has a tendency to linger, and even after the exposed gas has dissipated into the atmosphere. But again, just want to emphasize the public was not in any danger. There was no property damage, and natural gas service wasn't disrupted in the area.
She adds that a natural gas leak is easy to detect and should always be reported to SaskEnergy day or night.
When we talk about odorant smells, it's described as a rotten egg smell, and it's added to our natural gas as a safety measure, and it's designed to, let homeowners or people know that there could be escaping gas. You can sometimes see if there is a natural gas leak. And right now, we're going to be seeing a lot of puddles and things laying around, but if you see a bubbling of wet or flooded areas, that could be a natural gas leak. And so SaskEnergy always encourages people to call our 24/7 emergency line, and that number is 1-888-700-0427.
And with the spring-like weather upon us, contractors and residents are once again reminded to contact SaskEnergy in advance for a free line locate before starting any project. Further details on this can be acquired by calling SaskEnergy or checking out their website.
Do you have a carbon monoxide detector in your home? This simple device could save your life. We have more in this report.
The hazards of carbon monoxide continue to be in the spotlight following the recent death of a great couple in their home. Carbon monoxide is an odorless and colorless gas and can affect you at home, work, or any public facility.
It's the silent killer because it's completely odorless, tasteless. You have no idea it's in your building. You need to have some kind of a machine to detect it. So based on that, the codes are changing right now, and currently all new construction must have a carbon monoxide detector in the home. However, there's no retroactive requirement, so older homes, which are probably a little bit more at risk right now because the furnaces are older and stuff like that, are at risk and they don't need to have one.
Carbon monoxide detectors are a wise and economical addition to your home or office, and often are designed with a battery backup function. And if you suspect an air quality issue in your home, get outside immediately.
Well, they can phone 911. We have the ability to test for smoke, for CO. Don't open your windows and vent the house, because then we can't find for sure if there's something in there. Leave your house closed, go sit in your car outside and phone us, and we'll come and check the house. If we find anything, we will contact SaskEnergy, and they will come and check the furnace and stuff like that. So typically CO is coming from a fuel burning appliance like a furnace or something like that.
Regular furnace maintenance and inspection by a professional is also a good rule of thumb. The early symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning include headaches, a feeling of lightheadedness, and nausea. If you suspect an issue in your home, vacate the premises immediately and call 911.
The road to Hockeyville continues for the city of Swift Current, and the excitement is building throughout the community.
Swift Current is Hockeyville.
$100,000 in cash, a preseason NHL game, and a visit from the CBC is the top prize in the Craft Hockeyville contest. The city of Swift Current has made the top 16 and is the only Saskatchewan community in the running. Now with its guaranteed $25,000 in hand, the accomplishment has rallied local residents and businesses together to win the overall contest.
We're Swift Current City RCMP, and Swift Current is Hockeyville.
Swift Current is Hockeyville.
Swift Current is Hockeyville! We're Great Plains College, and Swift Current is Hockeyville!
A competition which is also building excitement with the mayor and administration, and ideas already in place on how they'll use the $100,000.
When we expanded the iPlex a few years ago, we ended up unfortunately cutting out lots for budgetary reasons, and one of the areas that we did was some accessibility stuff. So that's certainly an area that needs some help, creating that facility a little bit more accessible, as well as a tribute to our 4 Broncos that passed away in the crash there in 1986. So those would be 2 areas that we'd look at helping out with those funds for sure.
And as local residents cheer on the iPlex for the #1 position in the contest through online voting and general team spirit, many feel Swift Current is the obvious choice for Hockeyville.
For me personally, the key is bragging rights. I want to be able to talk to every Boston Pizza and say, we are Hockeyville.
The next stage of the Craft Hockeyville contest takes place on March the 15th, with the top 2 communities in the West and the East unveiled. The grand prize winner of the $100,000 preseason NHL game and a visit from the CBC will all be announced on April the 5th.
Swift Current celebrates hockey all winter long, from the minors to the majors to the old-timers sitting around here. We celebrate it every day, so we should be Hockeyville. How do I vote?
Gotta enter this code. Place that vote. Do it again.
Full details on the competing entries are available online at crafthockeyville.cbc.ca.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.